Hi, my name is Joe Andriacki, and this is my 2018 DSARI project, which was using a kilowatt meter to do a home energy audit. So to start off, here's some background on why this project is important from both an environmental and economic standpoint. Starting with the environmental aspect on the left-hand side, it's obviously really important to know your personal environmental impact so you can know how to reduce it. As of now, approximately 25% of global greenhouse gas emissions are from electricity and heat production, and global CO2 emissions have increased over 90% since 1970. Also, coal is the most common fuel used to create electricity, but there are other more environmentally friendly options available. One of these is natural gas, which has been definitely seeing a lot of increasing popularity. Natural gas produces significantly less CO2 than coal, as you can see, and is generally considered to be greener. There are downsides, however, to using natural gas, one of which is the potential for methane leakage, which is a gas that's much worse for the environment than CO2. Even given this, however, the vast majority of research I've seen has kind of shown that with these downsides, using natural gas is still a much greener and better overall option than using coal to produce energy. Another option is solar power, which produces no emissions at all, which is obviously ideal. That said, though, there are downsides from an environmental aspect to using solar power, such as the operations and the production of the panels. This does generate some emissions and can cause other environmental issues. Moving over to the right-hand side, from an economic standpoint, there's potential advantages for both business and consumers to going green. For example, the average household in Minnesota uses approximately 2% of their annual income on their electric bill. This could potentially be gotten rid of kind of through the use of things like solar panels. There are downsides to using solar panels, however, such as the fact that they can take a really long time to pay off. From a business standpoint, solar power is also a much faster growing industry than natural gas, with a projected CAGR, which is compound annual growth rate, through 2023 that is over twice as high than that of natural gas. Now, obviously, this doesn't necessarily mean that solar power is a great investment, but to put it in perspective, the average growth of the S&P 500 sits typically just below 10% at around 9.8, 9.7% per year. So given the fact that solar power is at 11.3%, this would lead us to believe that it could be a good investment moving forward. So now moving on to my findings with the energy audit. As you can see, the chart on the left depicts the different devices I tested, categorized into three groups based on energy consumption. The most efficient devices are on the bottom left, and the least efficient are on the top right. The overall least efficient device was the microwave, which used 39.84 kilowatt hours of energy per day, followed by the toaster, which used 20.64. In the second group, the PlayStation used 2.23 kilowatt hours per day, followed by the cell phone, which used 1.2, and the fridge, which used 1.12 and ran for just over 9 hours per day. The TV used 0.86, and the laptop rounded out the group at 0.851 kilowatt hours of energy per day. The three most efficient items were the oscillating fan, which used 0.584 kilowatt hours per day, the lamp, which used 0.288 when on and 0.001 when it was off, and finally the alarm clock, which was the most efficient device, which used just 0.021 kilowatt hours of energy per day. Overall, this project taught me a lot about what devices in my apartment are using the most energy. However, because most of my highest energy users were things that I really don't often use, I'm not going to be changing any of my energy use habits as of now. Furthermore, in the future, even though right now I don't have the ability to change where I get my energy from, when I get a house, I'll definitely be looking into utilizing things such as natural gas and solar energy when I can. Not only is this going to reduce my environmental impact, but it can also be a great long-term investment that can save lots of money. Also, on the bottom there, just the picture of me using my kilowatt meter with my ID for proof it was actually me. Finally, just in the appendix here is the log I kept when charting the use of my devices and my sources. Thank you.